Welcome everyone to Beckoned Development Weekly Stream, episode 37. Classically, always screwing up that intro somehow. But the transitions on the music should work this time. Dwight's with us!
Yay!
Yay!
I was let in this time. I was allowed to.
His swift
I was
return.
allowed to play.
So his joke running on the whole last episode trolling my butt was from Monty Python has the credit rolls, and it's such a subliminal joke because when you're young and you watch it, you're like, I don't want to read this. I'm just gonna watch it when the movie actually starts. But if you pay attention,
It was so classic back then. I'm like, all right, what do I do? Because like he won't let me in and he won't answer my call. And he can't be on video. So
I didn't know you were trying to jump in.
Oh yeah, I was trying to jump in, and I'm like, all right, well fine. You know what? I'm just gonna be in my own.
Dude. I'm sorry, everyone. Here. We probably would have had a more clear answer. Hi, Dan Olsen. So
it pops into my head, and I'm like,
she's in today, yeah.
I'm like, so yeah, cousin ate my moose once, and then it just.
I was just letting you roll with it, brother. I had no clue.
Well, you didn't have a choice.
Nah, I noticed that.
That's the other part of it.
All right, so today, I guess I'm glad you're back because now I can kind of.
What was the best is you're like, I'm just really not understanding. I don't know where this is going.
Yeah,
and you can tell.
I was
defeated.
You
could tell everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat was just like, I give up. I don't even know where this is going.
Well, that's the explanation. So now we've, what do you call it? Made it a specific type of episode. Which was fun. Adds flavor.
Kind of gets it back to some normalcy, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit goofiness. So, yeah, man.
So you just got a bunch of Brussels sprouts and broccoli and stuff, or what?
Good to have you back.
No, you're.
Last episode, Bud was kind of talking about the colors, which I'm having a hard time locating.
He was kind of trash talking about how like similar the colors were.
Nah, he was just basically saying, hey, get on some of this other stuff going on in it. And
right.
I mean, I still have a lot of line work and shading to still kind of play with, which that's what I was planning on, was doing more cross-hatching, Bud. But everyone, thanks for showing back up again. It's been a busy week.
So this was just kind of meant to be more of that other side of the story, the more I guess I don't want to say soft-hearted, but I mean kind of that softer part of this, correct? That's kind of it's kind of where your head's going.
Yeah, there's a design term in Miyazaki films. It's called the slice of life. It's French movies kind of have the same thing. It's just like it's the mundane, but kind of the happier things. What are you laughing at? Salad for the cook? Yeah. Scoots has got
No, said give those weeds some color, man.
We're working on it, Bud. I gave you red coral. Come on.
He's like, oh gosh, now I can't even remember it. Now I'm gonna lose it. Darn. Never mind. I'm gonna let it go. Oh, it'll come back, but it'll be the wrong time.
Okay.
And
it'll be the wrong
time.
Well, remind us what we were talking about. Oh yeah, the weeds and giving them color. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So that's your checkpoint. Oh.
No, I was starting to drop into like a fear and loathing set of mind, and it was trying to
The bats
make it out, and I just couldn't pull it out.
So
For God's sakes, man, are you listening to me? He starts swatting at him. Okay, sorry, serious moment.
So this morning and basically for about 8 straight hours, Harry was sculpting on the Taj sculpture, and we were aiming to finish it today, but basically we've been streaming for 8 hours today, and it is looking awesome. It's so close to it, and I think it's a lot better than it because he's able to clean up a lot of surfaces that if I took alcohol and a paintbrush and wiped it down, I can smooth everything out, it's a good thing it's still soft, clay. I haven't baked it yet, but that's for me. But he's sculpting it based off of that. I'm basically on the stream with him so he can ask a question or see if anything's out of whack. We talk about our past work experience together. We talk about being artists. We talk about, the drive and loving doing this stuff, so it's hard to price yourself, and it's a fun.
So after he's done, are you gonna fire it, or what's kind of the plan?
After he's done sculpting, he's gonna do a test 3D print and see if he's gonna be the one 3D printing these for us.
Okay.
If that works out, then awesome. If it turns out that we have a lot more of an order to fill than what he can do, then we'll have to find other means of 3D printing. As far as my sculpture is concerned, I really want to finish it and harden it and then paint it up myself. And it's a clay sculpture, so it's bound to get broken or whatever. But off of the 3D sculpts, we can make molds.
Can do other things.
Yeah. That doesn't destroy the original. So it wasn't made for replication, sadly, and that sucked. But I really liked doing all the details, and it works well.
It was cool, dude.
It works. Really it works well for his 3D model because those details are there for him to get. So it worked out great. He's done a great job. So for all your 3D sculpting needs, Harry the Wizard.
So is he really a wizard?
Sorry.
Or does he just play one on the stream?
The wizard Hoyd.
Okay.
So,
I'm just wondering. I've not met one yet.
Yeah. No, is he a real wizard? Is he a real one? Yeah, he's a real one. Yes.
Oh.
He's a real wizard.
Well, what's he doing down there? If you were a wizard, where would you be?
Making Imagination Land come true in your bedroom.
But in Orlando?
No, he lives up.
I'm trying to if you can kind of just wish yourself anywhere.
He lives up in New York. He did live out here in Orlando. We used to work together, and really good guy.
Oh, yeah. My mind went somewhere else. Never mind. Sorry, I can't.
You all right?
I can't share that. But it would be really good. It would be really nice. I will say that.
Of what? You can't
say? If I was a wizard.
Oh, yeah.
If I was a wizard, where would I go? I'm not. Yeah, I I can't tell you.
Where would you go?
It's a secret.
Oh, well, okay. At least you have an idea. I don't.
Oh, like lots of ideas. Just kind of like, bing. Yeah.
If I was a wizard, where would I go? I don't know.
Well, you're a wizard. You can be invisible. So, I mean, it's not like anybody's going to know you're... Well, they'll know you're there.
Well... Area 51. I gotta know the truth.
Yeah, that'd be...
It's a joke. Come on. Had to make some fun.
You'd have to at least figure that one out.
I'll do the whole Naruto run and everything.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't turn your Twitter account off. I mean, because what else would happen? I mean, if you just pop up as a wizard inside Area 51 and start, posting to your Twitter, I mean,
look at this shit.
Might raise some flags.
Bob Lazar was right.
Right.
Oh, Fenrix is in. Hello. Welcome.
That element on the periodic table is real. They actually did make a element called "Ain't No Damn Way Obtanium."
I come in on the Naruto running. Nah. grab those noodles. We can noodle with you anytime, buddy.
Oh, something.
Have you ever been noodling?
Dude, there's a no, and I will not, because I actually have all my fingers, and for now, so
I'm kind of used to losing them.
I think I'm kind of disqualified from that event.
Nice.
I bet Dad would try.
Oh, and if he did it, I'd have to as well.
Just because?
Huh?
Dude, no. I don't care. I don't care who does it.
Oh, I'm not doing it with this hand.
I don't care. Well, you could qualify. You could tell all kinds of stories. But yeah, I don't care who'd be doing that, man. I'm not partaking. There's just part of me that has sense.
It's just a fish. It's like sandpaper, they say. It's just got jaws on it.
No, you're not understanding it. It's not always fish.
Right.
Why do you think they're missing fingers? Yeah, it's not just let the fish grab me.
Yeah.
It's surprise, something else is in there.
There's a gator.
Oh, thank you.
I used to have those in my backyard. Oh, during the flooding after that large hurricane a few years ago, well, that was fun.
I'm like, you grew up in Kentucky. You didn't have no alligators, but now, yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, you know where I'm talking about. The Hideaway.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they'd be all over the place.
Oh, they were in the back. Yeah. Well, my husband were watching the guy in handle it just like. The influence is strong. That's funny.
That's terrible.
What were you watching?
It was probably on PBS or something.
Okay.
So, guy had to laugh like you. It was one of those guys.
Well, see, I kind of switch it up sometimes. It depends. Like, I have different laughs for different things, you know?
Don't we all? I mean, you can't just have, you just can't have one.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to share.
I've
got to let us know.
I got to figure this out, too. But
I'll laugh if it's one of those annoying ones with the snort at the end. Yeah. Yeah. I'll laugh. That'll be funny.
I guess it depends. Like, I have snorted
It's funny
laughing.
though. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's a good time when you laugh so hard that you snort at the end, and then you laugh because you're laughing at yourself for snorting. I mean,
that Adam Sandler
just
movie, Grown Ups or whatever.
There's just a part of that you just have to let it go.
What do they call it? The schnart?
No, I don't even.
Where you sneeze, fart, and burp or something. Like, it's some, like, combo at the same time.
I don't even think that combos exist.
Functional?
It's bad enough. Well, are we seriously going to go here?
I mean...
Never. Okay. Wow.
It was
Anyway,
it was Moose last episode.
That's a lot cleaner.
We don't have to talk about it.
Because where you're headed, man, that stuff hurts.
From experience.
Man, no, whatever. No, I've got a guy up back home that I grew up with. Man, I've known him since 3rd grade, and still to this day will not ever let me get away from and forget. Like, we were in grade school, and man, I sneezed like crazy. I mean, like this big, huge, like, here it comes. Oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze. And I farted at the same time, and we're in class. Like everybody turns and looks and like, that was not just a sneeze. And I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, it was. I mean, man, I think we were in like.
I just kicked my desk.
I mean, and he would not let it go. He's like, yeah, no, we heard it. So, and dude, here we are, 40 years old, man, and every time I talk to him, somehow he'll find a way to relive that. And I'm like, man, you just gotta. I guess it's just some of those moments that just stay in your head. But why's it gotta be that? All the other stuff. It's kind of like that. Hey, that guy. He built all those fences and he built all those bridges. But hey, he sneezed and farted all at the same time, and that's all you remember him for. It's not the bridges and the fences. It's he sneezed and farted.
It's good to relive memories before you go through dementia, 40-year-old.
What?
Nothing. I was making a fun joke about your age so you could come back and snap back, but no, didn't happen.
I don't remember.
It's all good.
More like a schneeze.
Schneeze. A schnit. Yeah, Bud's calling it a schnit.
Yeah,
or
it's more like I sneezed. Yeah.
That's funny. Well,
Luckily, though, the good news is there was no evidence. Let's just say that. There wasn't anything. There was no residuals, if I could say that without getting in trouble. Anyway, so All
I
this
just
green
snorted.
stuff.
I just snorted.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how great it is. So you just laughing your butt off until all of a sudden it's uncontrollable, and
No,
then you laugh because you do that. That's what. Yeah.
I
And that's
figured out why
happening.
the snort happens. It's because you're trying to conceal it and you can't.
Hey, that's how that works.
So,
It's just yeah. You're just
all
so
right, hey,
happy you can't control it.
Bud, what color am I making this area? These leaves. I'm gonna let you pick, Mr. Color.
Miss, call him Mr. Crayon.
Mr. Spectrum.
Actually, I might get in trouble. I've been playing with some Marine friends of mine about crayons, and they get a little they get a little testy.
They start eating them.
No, they get mad when you make fun of them. So it goes both ways. Yeah. Well, I'm on this big text thread with a bunch of vets, and there's Army guys and Marines and Navy, and there's a Coast Guard guy, and I think a couple National Guard, but we let them in anyway. And and so we're messing with each other like all the time, and I feel bad because every now and then I get a comment on there where they're like, "Who's that guy? Who's that number?" And I'm like, "Oh crap! I said something. They're gonna hunt me down and find me and do something." But yeah, crayons is always a go-to joke. That one's always funny. Soft gold, some orange, and careful with the purple.
Use some.
Where
Yeah, see, that's where I was going to. I thought you might go that way.
Yeah. What was funny is I was messing with some guys that I know that are Marines, and one of them went to the Lego Museum,
Yeah.
and
Out there
there was
in
a
Cali.
bunch of these big, massive crayons that were Legos,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a selfie with him eating one of those big crayons. So I mean, they got a sense of humor. It's just you got to catch them at the right time.
Oh, so I was right. He did eat a crown.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
That's
I wish that was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question.
no, that's not a joke. Even though we make fun of it, it's funny. That's good. It was funny. So we passed along the one that had a Marine grabbing a big box of crayons at the store, and he was loading up for the coronavirus, lockdown.
Go get
It's
some
okay,
art
though.
done.
There's so many Navy jokes, but they're dirty, so I can't say them on. But
Hey,
we get made fun of a lot.
Your all's name is just dirty.
What are you talking about?
You're outside calling you a soldier, a Navy man,
Well, no, that's just proper English. What that, and you can't even say that anymore because it's.
Oh yeah. I got what you mean.
Yeah, you can't even say that anymore.
I don't want to open that box of crayons.
Yeah, no, you're a seagoing person.
Yeah.
Because that just rolls off the tongue.
Right.
It's like, hey,
man, we can't call the Navy people that anymore.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I don't.
I guess there are some perks to this type of stuff, aren't there, Dwight?
With as much as I've been called a squid, I never really did. That's one thing I've not actually looked up to figure out, like why, and so, and please don't get this wrong, but it doesn't bother me. I don't get it. Like other branches think that it just, oh my gosh, you called me a squid. I don't really
get
it doesn't bother.
Get the yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all.
And this is what you call a professional NFL juke. Because that's not what I was talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's not a seagoing person.
Right.
And believe me, I mean, it's one of those that has been just used for a long time. And whatever. I mean,
it's a joke. It's a joke.
We can mess with. Well, what was even more funny is when I didn't even think about it, but so here's another story. So I get out of the military and I go down and.
Is he gone? He's gone. Uh-oh. He was about to tell a story they didn't want him to tell. Where you at, dude? I'm gonna make it a call too.
And I'm right here. Or did it drop off?
It dropped off. You're gonna have to go right all through that story again.
So where did it drop off? So
as soon as you started the story.
I got out. All right. So I get out and wife and I moved down to Gulf Coast, Mississippi, and a bunch of casinos down there. And I ended up getting hooked up doing IT. And so, I start working with the guys and I'm starting to do help desk support and stuff like that. And one of the guys over there, he was ex-Air Force. So all of a sudden, here comes the jokes. And I got ones for him. He's got ones for me. Mm-hmm. And I'd never really heard it or the way he put it. You know how someone will put something in a context that you just haven't thought of it that way before?
Yeah.
And he giggles a little bit, and he's a big guy. He was a boxer, and just one of those guys that, man, I would love to have him next to me at a bar.
He had a lot of wisdom.
But man, do not upset this guy. And so, anyway, he's like, yeah, Navy, never leave your buddies behind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we don't leave. And then I pause.
Wait a minute.
I'm like, man, really? And because it was one of those play on words where you're sitting there going, hey, I'm not going to leave my brother in or sister in at war.
They flip the attitude on you.
I'm not going to leave them. I'm going to take them with me, whether I die trying.
Right.
And so it caught me off guard because it was one of those that kind of it's something you kind of hold sacred.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some understanding depending on the audience. There's understanding with that. And
there's also lightening the mood.
Well, I'm 24.
Yeah,
and I've been to Iraq. I've been to Afghanistan and seen and been through what I've been through. And so all of a sudden I'm like, I would not leave one of my fellow servicemen behind. And then I hear the way he said it, and I just, man, it surprised me, and it was just him, yeah, funny, it was a Air Force Navy moment, but and it still happens, but it's one of those that, man, why choose that one? Because that, and I think that's what kind of brings the humor to it, is because
the audacity.
That's well, but that's kind of what makes humor, right?
Yes.
Is bringing that uncomfortable to the comfortable.
It allows people to laugh about those things that are,
you're taking that comfortable moment and all of a sudden you're making it uncomfortable, and it's like,
and relatable, because if you can find the funny in it, it's kind of minimalizes the issue,
Agreed. So for whatever reason, and I don't know if I got it from Dad, but like, you know, I I get found out and I get told a lot that my humor is really dry, and that a lot of times,
Hey
but I
chat,
find
does that run in the family?
but I find it funny though. Here's why: because I find it funny like Dad does. Because I like to say something that turns out to be funny, but you have to think about it.
And see, that's the
You know,
thing. That's dangerous when you're riding in the passenger seat of Dad and he's telling you a joke, but he's
sure,
driving and he's
sure,
looking at you until you
sure,
laugh at the joke.
yeah. No, I get that. No, I do, and it it's just become one of those. I mean, even people at work, they're like, all of a sudden it takes them about 5 seconds, and then they'll start laughing, and then everybody around them is like, what are you laughing about? And then they'll explain it because they get, so there's an amount of intelligence that has to exist for this to work,
So
and so that takes skill. You cannot just,
Dad's
you know,
favorite joke to play on me is because I like to explain things. You know, kind of like how
sure,
you like to explain things, right? And he's probably played this on you before. You're explaining something with
play dumb.
intensity, and he'll just look at you
Yeah.
and just let you explain and just keep looking at you and
Yep.
let you explain. He will stare at you for the longest time until you realize he understands. He's just trying to see how many different ways you're going to explain it.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Ah, you just ah. But no, it's funny though, because I'll do it at work, and there's ones that get it and understand it,
Yeah.
and there's others that just kind of stare and just sit there, and they just
Yeah, like me last
move
episode.
on. So I mean,
Good on
look,
not getting
for
it.
for someone to sit there and razz you for 58 minutes about moose, takes some patience, and and figuring out how many different ways that they can try to keep bringing that back into the conversation while confusing everyone around them.
Oh.
I kind of think that takes a little bit of dedication. I mean, you have to commit to that, right? You don't just try. You've got to make that work. Um, and I'm wondering. I mean, did anyone look up moose sauce? I'm not sure. I mean,
Probably not.
maybe. You know how hard that is to not be taken seriously?
Do you know how hard it was to get that reference? It was so hard. Because
And I kind of figured you weren't going to get it.
I didn't, and then you showed me, I'm like, yes, I remember. It's just, man, that's the part of the movie I did not pay attention to but
Oh no,
I did once
had
because
to,
I got the joke. I saw it once
no,
before.
I had to reach.
But
I had to reach out. No, I just thought it was funny because it's like, oh, and the majestic moose, and then it's like, oh, well, yeah, a moose ate my sister once, or whatever it was, and then and then all of a sudden you're sucked in, and you're like, there, what, a moose, and so that was what I was trying for. I'm not. I have no idea, and who knows, man? I could get just absolutely crucified here in about 3 months because all of a sudden, it'll turn up and somebody will post it, and I don't know.
crucified? Why bring a Roman torture device into this conversation?
I don't.
All right.
What I also think is funny, and I mess around with at work. What I think is funny is I work with people that for some reason this gesture actually like means something, and I don't quite get it, but there's times where I understand it, and I work with some guys that all of a sudden they'll just go ah, and somehow you understand what they're saying. That's weird. When you've worked with people that long,
Yeah.
where they can just kind of make a sound like that, and you just know, and you know what they mean. That's a little scary. That is a little
wordy dirt. You know.
That one I just still have issues with.
It's alright, you can have issues with it. It's gonna stick in your mind.
Yeah.
A moose. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, no, Bud gets it.
Okay. Good. So,
How I got on the Uber, I don't know, but it kind of just flowed that way. Did you, I mean, so serious though, did you waste an hour of your time to go back and watch it?
No. I'm not gonna give you that satisfaction.
I'm disappointed.
But I did watch the. Yeah, I got it.
No, you did.
Yes,
no,
I
you did.
Yes,
you looked over. Oh, I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna go back to drawing. That's what
No, I got it for a few bits, and I was like, "That's what he's referencing." Gotcha. Now, have I rewatched our episode and went through the comments yet? No, but
Hey, man, that took. Trust me, man, that took.
it took effort. Took effort. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, you know now.
Did we ever figure out, like, is it mooses or is it meese?
I think moose is just plural and singular.
So it's mooses?
No, it's just moose.
You just said, I think it's mooses.
No, I think moose is the.
So mooses is plural.
Jeez.
See? I get that. Okay.
How do I fall into these things? How? He's crafty. Oh, we lost him again? It seems like his energy kind of whacks out his connection. So, yeah, that's the other thing is I was saying me and Joe are going to be... He's going to kind of run me through StreamYard, and we shouldn't have these type of issues with Dwight or any of that anymore. I was actually going to do that last night and got tied up, and then with Harry this morning. But Joe was actually like, "Dude, come on, let's set this up." I got preoccupied. Yeah, Moose is gone. Yeah, Moose is gone. I didn't set that up to trigger the word moose and then kick you off. That's not what's happening. You're back.
I'm just trying to figure out when I'm back or not.
You're back. You're back.
When?
Now.
Like now?
Yeah.
Or like now? So what you're seeing is happening now. Oh, man.
Or with
One
latency.
day.
You know.
Man.
Between you and me, I think it's low, but yeah. So yeah, gosh, it's been.
It takes a lot of work, man, to have some intellectual comedy. You know.
I feel like this is when the hobbits are sitting there going, "You need people of intelligence on this sort of mission quest thing." Well, that rules you out, Pip.
Well, is it? Yeah. Is it, so am I still kicked off?
No.
Did I say something wrong, or I mean, am I back on? Because dude, I don't see myself. Oh, wait a minute.
You're there.
There I might. Okay, so now I got to be careful with what I say. So what you're seeing is happening now. What you saw before is happening before, but this is now. Are you going? So you're not going full on purple yet?
No, because Grinth is basically full on purple, and I need to be careful with my color usage in a lot of this, so it's not too distracting.
And
so I gotta balance it out.
I just got a question. So this is one slide of one frame of one whatever. It's gonna take a really long time for us to draw all this.
No, I'm just going extra on this. This is one of those. If I was a concept artist working at Square Enix on this game, and all it is was
if I was a wizard,
what was promotional art that was supposed to show high skill and everything, the game graphics are obviously not at the fidelity of this, but I still got to keep a lot of that in mind. So that's why they still have the cartoony figure proportions and stuff. So, but no, I mean, I'm having to argue with you. I only work on this for an hour when we've been talking, because all the time during the rest of it I've been,
so
and you're aware of this.
All that done while I was doing the other thing like last week. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
All the color, at least.
I had no idea.
Why not?
I was kind of busy. oh, Scoots, be careful with that.
Once you go purple, you never. Use some soft gold, orange. Careful with the purple. Okay.
Oh my. Yeah. Let me just.
Yeah, that was a little dark.
Yeah, that gets a little bad. So anyway, so the background going to kind of stay blurry about like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did it for what's called damn it, I knew the term. Field of view effects. It's kind of like a focal point change. So yeah, because I want the foreground to be the subject.
Yeah, kind of like that cinema style.
Yeah, I mean, your eyes work the same way, So I want you to focus here and not so much focus on the outside. Now, what I was interested in is how pastel-y everything is. A lot of the other artwork has been very bold, deep colors, and the darks are very dark and the lights are very light. With this one, it's very pastel color. So I didn't know how everyone's kind of feeling about this, but if they didn't have certain, let's see,
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that Skittles bag that I have.
Skittles bag.
With all the pastel colors in it.
Yeah. So you see how I've got this effect on here, taking these bold colors and then kind of muting.
What does that really do?
It's unifying them with. It's keeping this pastel, very light color scheme going on with it. So when it's done, I'm wanting it to look more pretty rather than intense. Does that make sense?
Not really. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not one of those.
Yeah. You remember how we talked about how color makes you feel certain things?
Oh, sure, I get that, but I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
This doesn't make me go, oh, yay, mauve.
Yeah.
I see, like, red, blue, green, yellow, purple. Not the taupe and mauve and crushed berry green or whatever. I don't.
So at a distance, for someone who's seen it for the first time, someone swiping past it, do the colors work together to catch their eye type
they
thing?
do.
So,
I'm not going to say that. I mean, it does have a softer feel to it. I just don't. I don't have the science to it.
Yeah, I do. That's what color theory is all about. It's SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, kids.
Well, never mind. I can't say that either. That'd be bad.
And if you really want to know, go watch Art School Confidential, the movie, and you got art school.
Well, you could go watch Star Circuit and see how the real guy does it.
Yes, exactly. Joe Star. Yeah.
Anyway, no, it looks really good, man. I'm just playing.
You see that?
I had to kind of do a little bit of a plug for Joe. He's not here. You got to defend him.
He might jump on. What time is it? In the last 10 minutes,
Joe.
he usually jumps in, and so does. I'm just glad to have everybody in this time. Man, it's been a full house.
Which one?
That's great.
Miss Elizabeth. Do you have like a Miss Elizabeth yet, or what?
Miss Elizabeth.
Never mind.
We got Debbie Olsen. What are you talking about?
It's before your time.
Miss Elizabeth. Oh, are you talking about Sanford and Son?
No. Isn't that the chick that hung around with Savage or with? Never mind. I don't even remember that. Never. I am really not in touch with my feminine side at all.
That's okay.
But no, wasn't Elizabeth who Macho Man and Hulk always fought over?
Oh, was her name Now I know what you're talking about, but nah, I don't remember what her name was.
See, I'm telling you, man, you've got to have some intelligence when you're trying to laugh at my joke. You can't just, I don't know what that means. You got to think.
You have to have an age range too.
God, it's like a verbal crossword puzzle of just intelligence that you got to look through to be able to laugh at.
Man, that punchline better be strong.
Did I say that right? I'm not even sure anymore. I'm not. But that's where I was going with that. Was I think man, early on, man, wasn't she like the only chick, like way back when it was Macho Man and Jake the Snake and Hulk, like it was Elizabeth and she was always with Macho Man for whatever. I don't even remember the real kind of dynamic of that. But I just anyway.
Every time I hear Elizabeth in a reference, I'm thinking about Fred Sanford going, "It's the last one. I'm coming." So.
And oh man, that other chick that would drive him nuts. Who the hell was that?
You don't know Fred. I don't remember what her name was.
Oh man, she'd come in and just light him up, man.
Fred Sanford.
All right, so I was right. Miss Elizabeth, that's what it was. All right, but now we're on to the one that was giving Fred Sanford hell. Oh, who was that?
It was Miss Elizabeth.
Man,
Debbie Olsen says it's Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
All right. So you had it.
But Fred Sanford would get just razzed, man. She'd come in and just give him what's for. And
that was good funny. Comedy.
That was phenomenal, man.
And then we got Seinfeld.
But it's oh man, it reminds
I'm trying
me
to start fights now. Oh yeah, and we got Friends.
But oh no, thanks. I truly actually can say that I grew up not even participating in that. I might have saw, like a clip of something here, or a clip of something there. Die Hard, no way. never. Not me. So
I'm just
was
trying to
more of a-
start controversies up in here. I'm sure out of those two, someone listening to us likes those shows.
Yes.
They cried about Ross and.
But Grandpa reminds me somewhat of, he's got like a Fred Sanford vibe to him.
I never thought of that.
He's got a little, he's got a little bit.
Yeah, that's funny.
Glad he's doing okay.
Yeah, he sounded good when I talked to him.
Yeah, he's.
Well, I've not lived through. Hold on, I could do a better impression of that. I just can't think of Grandpa. I gotta think of. Hold on.
You gotta work on that.
Well, I've never lived through something like this before.
Yeah.
That's about the best I can do on it.
It's close.
It's close.
You gotta be louder though. You gotta be a little bit more boisterous when you talk than that.
And you gotta talk with your hand.
I just laugh because, man, I saw him a couple times, back to back, like Christmas twice, kind of.
Yeah.
Was wearing the same shirt both times. Now I think it was the same shirt, but knowing him, it was a brand new shirt, but it was out of a 10-pack. So it was the same shirt, but it may not have been. I don't know.
Yeah, Dad said.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Esther. That's who it was.
Oh, it was Esther, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, you've got some guys on here that are actually even making these references. You got to realize that too.
Yeah, I'm reaching far back.
Oh yeah. But man, that was some funny stuff. And I started watching some of the old All in the Family, and man, you talk about stuff that would make people pissed nowadays. I mean, the things that he says and got away with, and man, you watch that now, and they'd be all over him for some of that stuff. And back then it was like, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. And it's just crazy how much thinner I think that the skin has become. I
think there's a thin thing, but I think there's a an element of we just trying to not piss everybody off for no reason,
But you know what though? Here's the thing, and this is something that most will not understand, and so I don't know what it is, but having that
right?
I bet. But there's a
right.
That was a good one. But man, some of the military perspective that you get us together, and we will rip on each other just I mean, as bad as you could possibly even imagine. And the things that we'll say to each other that most people, I mean, would just be in absolute rage over. And I think the thing is, it does that to an extent, but what it's meant to do, in a sense, is drive them past that.
Yeah,
to the point where they're like, hey, that doesn't bother me anymore. And they start to realize that they're just words. And to an extent, that's what we were taught when we were little. Just don't let it affect you. Just move past it. Sometimes. Now it's, oh my gosh, they said such and such, and blah blah blah. Oh my gosh,
Because certain people,
Anyway, so I just think it's kind of wild that we in in that veteran community get really, really bad. I mean, the stuff that we say, but
yeah, bud.
it doesn't. But it doesn't harm us, and you just learn to fire back, and then turn around and you move past it. And then there's an amount. I was talking to a guy today, and one of the ones that's actually interested in this game, as a matter of fact, and really excited to see where we go with this and what happens. And we were kind of talking in a similar regard as to that. So I'd really like to see somehow where we go, from here. And is there any way with this? But I mean, so I guess maybe the way I can segue to this and tie this together is you're using color, right, for certain purposes, for certain reaction and for reasons. And then what else can we do with that? What are the other things that are capable besides just softening or creating more of an excitement or a dynamic? What else is out there, and what else can we do? And can a game make some impact like that, where you get so much more communication with the player in all levels, whether they're no matter, let's say it this way, no matter how they grew up in whatever culture they grew up in.
Oh yeah,
you can reach them either way.
You know how you do that?
Is that a fair way to state that?
Yeah, you know how to do that. You make a fantasy world that has nothing to do with this world, so you can just
try to let them escape.
Yeah, just do your own thing. Make what you want to make. Trying to make it real world stuff and everything, you have to fit in a mold somehow. And if, let's take this. It's hard to make graphics of a house and a city because everybody sees that every day. So it's easy for our eyes to spot the things wrong with those things. So when you get into the fantastical stuff,
if you make it unfamiliar,
yeah, that's where artistic style starts to take over. So this is a project that's coming, the concept is from an artist, not a writer, not a, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning to write to make sense of all these images, if that makes any sense. I don't know, something about that, what I just said, lost me. I kind of lost focus on what I was trying to answer to.
No, I understand. You were starting to read a little bit in the thread, and it started to throw you off. Yeah. But there's a thought of this where, so you've actually kind of hit it where I think you should have is the fact that this is our thought of allowing.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, this is a whole different separate thing. So we get to be creative, and you get to experience something new.
And those things don't matter here. Those things, they're how nice would that be actually to be in a spot or a place in the world or go anywhere and it not matter.
Guess what? We all remember being kids, right? Did we,
sure.
Are we naturally born with those tendencies, or do we learn them over time?
No, you learn them because you grow up and it didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Did not matter at all.
No. So
and to some point, now it doesn't. People make it matter for some reason, but it doesn't. And so I think that would be cool for us to be able to allow that escape and allow something like that to happen. I think that would make this so much. This would add to it. That would make it so much better.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Guys, thank you all for showing up for our episode 37. Dwight, it's been nice having you back to be able to actually banter where I make sense of some things.
Put some necklaces on them women.
Yeah, I heard that. Gotcha.
But, Bud, I mean, you know that. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that.
Create Neverland. Yes, Scoots, exactly. But yeah, Bud, that was a good suggestion. Pop a flower in some of their hair. Or actually,
Make
Yoka,
it float like the wind's blowing it.
Yoka the moth looks like she's supposed to be scratching her ear, but I could stick a flower right there.
Sure, could be putting it up in her ear.
Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. Thank you so much for showing back up again. We love you all so much. This has been blowing up. What I was trying to get to is that the INDIEGOGO's ready to go. We're just figuring out timing right now. So, yeah, Fenrix, thanks so much. No need for Neverland if the game has a character named...
No, there is an option to make one, but you're going to have to stay tuned to figure out how to make that happen.
Fenrix, thanks for showing up, man. It's good to see you. And Debbie Olson, Scoots, as always, darn, I love it. You know, I can go through the whole list, y'all, but thanks, y'all. Thanks so much for showing back up. Means a lot. Stay tuned. You know, we got more postings happening, and Wizards got this sculpture. Hopefully, I can send you all a screenshot of that at the beginning of the week, next week, and then I'll hit Joe my Art Bro episode up on Wednesday. Should be fun as always is. And yeah, guys, be safe. Enjoy.
Have y'all started battling each other again yet, or what?
No, we're on mutual ground right now.
Let me know when y'all actually feel like getting something done.
Yeah, we'll do. Later, guys. You all have a good night. We love you.
Thank y'all for making it. Appreciate it.